Michael Chandler has completely ruined everything. I'm sure everybody has seen the news by now. Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira set for UFC 309 in New York in a 5-round co-main event. Michael Chandler has just ruined everything. The biggest return in combat sports history, Conor McGregor returning to the UFC. Michael Chandler fucking ruined it. Cut this guy! 2 years out. He's already waited 2 years. He's on the Ultimate Fighter with him. The fight was already booked at UFC 303. He's been waiting for this fight. But for some reason now he's decided, nah, let's fight Charles Oliveira. Like... Anyway, let's talk about the fight. So, Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira is going to be the co-main event of UFC 309. Now, I get Michael Chandler's been out waiting for a very, very long time now, and this is how the guy makes a living at the end of the day, so I'm sure he has to get back in there and fight. You know, I'm sure funds are drying up. I can't imagine he lives a very cheap lifestyle. The guy's made a good amount of money throughout his career, well deserved. Why is he taking this fight? Like, Michael Chandler, yes, he's been inactive for a while now. You've already been inactive for 2 years. You were going to get the biggest fight in combat sports. You were going to get the biggest payday of your career. And why now all of a sudden, especially since Dana White came out and said it'll be early 2025, you've now decided, nah, I'm actually not going to wait for him now. Instead, I'm going to fight Charles Oliveira in a 5-round co-main event on the MSG card, which is going to be a big card because it will be headlined by Jon Jones. But he's going to take this fight against Oliveira and completely ruin everything anyway, because he's not going to beat Oliveira. He didn't beat him the first time round. He's been so inactive now. Oliveira's going to slump this guy again. And then what? Then he won't get the McGregor fight. Fucking idiot. Why are people not advising this guy in the right direction? And then he makes a video which we'll react to actually, so I'm not even going to get into that. Let's just see what Michael Chandler's had to say since the news has been dropped.
All right, there you have it, boys and girls. I'm not even going to respond to Conor's stupid little tweet acting like I did.
The only person that's stupid, Michael Chandler, is you. You've ruined this whole thing. Fuck Michael Chandler. The UFC need to cut him.
The simple fact of the matter is, you are the most unreliable human being that has ever graced mixed martial arts. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to fight Charles Oliveira. Why am I going to fight Charles Oliveira? Number one, it's a badass fight. Number two, it's a rematch. It's a redemption story for me. The dude who already stole from me. Rightfully.
Stole what? Stole what? He literally put you on your ass against the cage. He smoked you. What are you on about?
So, in a fight, in a fair fight, he stole my dreams, shattered my dreams of becoming UFC champion. Now I get the opportunity to fight Charles Oliveira, become the number one contender, and then I've got options. If Conor can finally get his house in order, if he can finally string together a couple of sober days, string together a couple of days where he's actually training and actually feeling good, and he can actually finally make good on his promise of the greatest comeback in combat sports history, if he can finally pony up, then I will fight Conor after I dispatch of Charles Oliveira. Or
No. The opportunity's passed now. Michael, you missed the opportunity, buddy. You had the chance. You waited so long, and then for now, in some bizarre reason, have taken the Charles Oliveira fight. And then to say, oh, when I beat Charles Oliveira, I'm going to have options. No. What's going to happen is, you've waited 2 years, you're going to now fight Oliveira, lose again, and then you're going to have 0 options. You're maybe going to end up fighting Benoit Saint Denis next, after he fights and beats Manny Moicano, and then he's also going to beat you. This is the biggest fumble in sporting history. Michael Chandler. I don't even know if I want to finish what he has to say, but I am.
You are next in 2025, and I will be the champion by 2025. So
no, you won't. You'll never be UFC champion.
To everybody who has supported me on this journey, it's been actually, it's been awesome.
I'm not listening to that anymore. Anyway, Conor McGregor did respond. He was at the Bare Knuckle FC event they were doing. I think they announced they've signed a deal now with DAZN, which is massive for Bare Knuckle FC. Let's hear how Conor McGregor responded to being. He's actually being shafted by the UFC. Let's hear.
You are at in your career right now.
I got tested this evening.
I got tested today by the Drug-Free Sport Agency. I'm the most tested athlete on the roster by more than twice the amount. I believe I'm tested maybe
crazy.
13 times the amount of seconds it took me to finish.
Yo. So we're gonna test Conor McGregor. He's gonna be the most tested guy in the system. Yo, what about John Jones? We're gonna test him maybe, or we're gonna get him in the high ones, considering he's actually been caught for PED usage.
Jose Aldo 13 times.
Now, I don't know if this is true because I haven't fact-checked it, but if McGregor and Aldo are the two most highly tested athletes in the UFC today, yeah, God bless. God bless.
And, you know, actually, funny enough, Jose Aldo was number 2 in the testing. I think he's been tested 6 times. So I've been tested more than twice all these other athletes, yet I struggle to get a date. So, you know, I've talked to Sheikh Turkey and said, Sheikh Turkey, can you assist me here? You know.
Uh-oh. McGregor's went to Turkey al-Sheikh. That's it. Those boys show the money. Dana White will do whatever they say. And I'm pretty sure he has a good relationship with McGregor because you've seen McGregor front row at a lot of the events. So if McGregor's went to him and said, yo, let's get something going here, and he's got a good relationship with McGregor, I guarantee you the UFC announced something property for McGregor soon.
As far as Chandler rematching
Fuck
Oliveira,
Michael Chandler.
I'm happy with the date. It's November. Maybe we can still do it after if they're not going to line me out till maybe December, January, February, or one of these dates. You know, maybe we can still do it. I'm just a bit, you know, in out of the loop with it. You know, so all I can do is carry on doing what I'm doing. You know, I test under the testing administration. I train daily, and you know, that's it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, it all comes to fruition.
I know you love this bare knuckle stuff. You said you were trying to be player manager. When's a realistic timeline for you?
You know, like I said, I have 2 fights left on my UFC contract.
And that right there is the reason exactly why we haven't seen Conor McGregor. Why everything has been so difficult in McGregor's return. It's because the UFC's broadcasting deal is coming up, right? And they're using Conor McGregor, the biggest name in combat sports, as leverage to get a bigger deal. They're using him. They know he only has 2 fights left in his deal. And realistically, these are more than likely going to be McGregor's last 2 fights. Especially now that he does have something with bare knuckle. Unless the UFC are going to let him compete on bare knuckle as well. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that is one of the main reasons as to why this is happening. They're looking to get another broadcasting deal. And they're using the name of Conor McGregor as leverage. Which, it's business at the end of the day. They're trying to keep they're trying to make as much money for their company as possible, and McGregor is the biggest star in combat sports. That's why they're doing this right here. This is a shit situation. I mean, realistically, McGregor should have been headlining 310. Can't believe now they're going to wait to 2025. And who's he going to fight now? Because I know he said about Michael Chandler, but Chandler's going to get smoked in November, going to get knocked out again by Oliveira. He won't make a quick turnaround. Even if he can make a quick turnaround, why would anybody want to see him then? He's just coming off another loss. It makes 0 sense. Now, if Michael Chandler wins, then maybe, but that definitely isn't going to happen. The only other alternative I can see now for McGregor, Dustin Poirier says he wants one more fight. Maybe you do the 4th fight between them. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this whole situation, McGregor-Chandler, has been such a shit show. And the UFC have really fucked over their biggest star in Conor McGregor, in my opinion. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.